Hello, hello. Welcome to the 1K podcast training. Maria Henderson here, your coach. We're going to go over this training together. And before we start, I do want to introduce myself so you guys know who I am and what it is that you have to do and what to expect in the next 20, 30, 40 minutes from here. So I have been in coaching since 2005, and I've been in coaching as an operations person, a mentor, a developer, and then back in 2019, I started my own coaching business. First became an author due to postpartum depression when I had my first child. And then I started the community that you guys all know me from. It is the Podcasting for Women in Business. When I wrote the book, my book, The Boss Mom Mentality, that is a book on, working through your depression as a mom and being a better mom, a human being, and working through all of the lows when you go through motherhood, especially in the beginning. So as I wrote that book, I started a podcast around it, created the community that you guys are all a part of, which I absolutely love, and so happy that you guys have found it and have that network for supporting your podcast growth. A part of that, though, a lot of people started asking me, Maria, how do I do the same? Well, how do I write a book? How do I start a show? And then how do I start this community like you did? So that is when I started helping other people do exactly that. And I become a business coach and have helped many people in the country, internationally, all over the world, literally start their show, write their books, have a profitable coaching business. And now, specifically here in this coaching program, we're going to go over podcasting and how you can really create an authority in the field, in your niche with your podcast, how to differentiate yourself from other people who are in the niche. Either you are an author and now you want to expand your content to be an audio version of your content through podcasting. I think it's the smartest thing to do. It got really popular in the recent years, and it's still really early for you to create and get yourself a piece of real estate in the podcasting niche, and really allow yourself to grow as a content creator, number one, an authority in your field, number two, and really allow yourself to diversify how you show up in the marketplace. Okay, this is a really big part that I don't want you guys to overlook. Podcasting is pivotal in my business. It really, not only did it help me make money, right, but it really helped heal parts of myself that I wasn't going through well. I felt like expressing myself through talking really allowed the energy that was kind of just like looming inside of me to come out. And now I mean, don't get me wrong, I still have my bad days, but I can really record an episode and feel so much better, after I like spew out whatever it is that's happening. And then, the inspiration that I give my listeners really is something that is beyond the money in my business. So I want you guys to really start thinking about your podcast in that sense where, how can I diversify my legs of content creation? Because that's really important. Number two, how do I diversify my income? Let's say you don't have income yet and you are still working your day job. However, you are getting into podcasting so that you can have some sort of side hustle. This is absolutely amazing and a great opportunity for you. But I do want you guys to start thinking, aside from podcasting, what other ways can I make money? Okay, because in a sense, podcasting is creating content, right? A lot of people confuse podcasting, which is essentially audio only, audio only. It's an audio way to consume the episode. It's through listening, right? Like just like Audible. You download the book, it's something you listen to. Same thing for podcasting. It is audio. People, I see this all the time in the community. Hey guys, do I do a YouTube channel and then call it a podcast? No, you don't do a YouTube channel, call it a podcast. Now, if you have a podcast and you so happen to video and record the actual taping of the podcast and then throw that up on YouTube, then you can do that. You can call it a podcast that just so happened to be on YouTube. But people really think podcasting is the same thing as YouTubing, and it's not. Podcasting is strictly audio form of content. Okay. And the thing about podcasting is that you can really diversify the type of content you create through podcasting through just one episode, recording one episode. And then you can chop that up and throw it on your social media. You can keep it long form and throw it up on your YouTube. You can even just create a transcript version of it and write it as a blog or an email. Or let's say you have a series of podcast episodes, you can take the transcript of that and throw that in a book. You see how it's very versatile. You just have to know, how do I, convert it into different types of content? Okay. So let's get clear that podcast is only audio. Okay, only audio. The other types, now you've changed the type of content it is now to a visual thing, a visual video, which then can be thrown on YouTube, which then can also be thrown on your social media platforms. Again, you can write a book, write a blog through the transcript of the actual podcast episode. Okay, I hope that clears that up. I am a mom of two to my amazing girls, Aaliyah and Sophia. They are 8 and 10. Time is flying by fast, faster than I'd like. I live in Las Vegas. I am married to a military vet. I don't feel like he gets enough shine, so I always like to show that and share that, we are, our family, or at least he has served. I haven't served. So what else is there? I'm an author, as you know, podcaster, business coach. I think one of the best things about me is, and I'm going to say it and some people might get turned off, is that I'm very spiritual. Okay. Some people love that about me. Some people are like, I'll leave that one at the door and just listen to the training. You can leave that at the door, Maria. I am very spiritual, you guys. In my business, I didn't start my business coaching as a spiritual entrepreneur. I started it as all the things I learned in corporate America. I took the things I learned in corporate America into my business coaching in the beginning of my business coaching, made it super rigorous. All the back end things and all the operations things, all the contracts and all the legality part, I really learned from the operations of working in corporate America. And a lot of my business experience comes from that. But what I noticed that in my business, I started feeling like it was a job and it didn't become fun and light and serving clients the way I wanted to. I really made it like a 9-to-5. So that is when, I think halfway into my business, about 2 years in the thick of COVID, actually, I changed my niche to become a spiritual business coach. I really liked manifestation. I like the concept of, being able to heal through your business. I think it's really important to know, as we move through life, we can really heal all sorts of parts of ourselves. Okay. Especially podcasting. Healing through podcasting is one of the things in my life that I think I don't really talk about a lot, so I want you guys to think, like, do I heal from my podcast? Are there parts of myself that I heal as I speak about things, as I speak about experiences, and as I inspire and motivate the audience? Do I heal? And I think the answer to that is yes. I think so. For me, I know it's true. As I went through my depression, it really helped me express myself, and it really helped me, kind of grow into who I am today, right? Okay, so what else is there? That is the, I don't know how long that intro was, but that is in the snapshot who I am and what you're going to expect here in the next slides. Oops, moved too fast. Okay, so what's ahead? What's ahead? We're going to go over 5 things. 4 steps to prepare your podcast to be monetized. Podcast offering and your pricing. Know your stats. So you need to know, how many listeners do you have? What platforms are they listening on? And then your outreach to prospects, and that's all sales. And then your make your offers, which is also sales. So a little bit about, no, I'm not going to get into that. Okay, so those are the things we're going to get into. Okay, hold on to your seats because it's going to be fun. Okay. So ahead will be a ton of actionable items to start doing so you can monetize your podcast and your social media. Take action quickly, and don't sit and overthink or doubts and worry. Oh, don't sit in overthinking or doubts and worry. Sorry, guys, just reading this and making sure it makes sense. So I think overthinking and doubting yourself and doubting the process is really what holds people back from taking action. I really want you guys to, for example, I'm going to ask you guys here, in a few days from taking the training, I'm going to ask you guys, have you done specific parts of the module, right? Have you taken action and made your offers? Have you reached out to organizations and sponsorships? Have you taken action, really? And if the answer is no, then that's a problem. And I want you guys to know when you guys are, it's one thing to create content and publish it. It's a whole nother thing to hustle, okay, for the ads or the sponsorships or the partnerships. There is going to be hustle required for this. And I don't want you guys to be afraid because in a sense, it's just sales, right? If you have a business and you're going to start growing your business through your podcast, maybe you're going to offer a service-based business, you're going to be an author. We have to overcome the fear of sales. The fear of sales is the one thing that makes people stop from doing the things you have to do here. And I don't want you to be the person who does stop. I want you to continue to learn and listen and implement the strategy. Because if you don't do this and overcome this fear now, just time is going to pass and you're going to be pulled in a direction of, oh, I'll just do this just for fun, and then you're working your day job. Meanwhile, you hate your day job. Maybe you love your day job, but you hate the people, or you love your day job, but you want to work from home, or whatever. You have a day job and it gives you a 401k, but you hate it. Like whatever these reasons are, and you fall back on your comfort zone, best believe, you guys, how can I say this? Best believe the passion, the desire, the thing that's calling you and pushing you to do this podcast will not disappear. And eventually you're going to go back to podcasts. And I'm not saying you're quitting. I know I'm going into a spiel that's like, I'm not even there yet. Why is she grilling me? It's because I've talked to so many people and I have so many clients who really stop themselves from overcoming their fear of sales. And it really postpones their breakthrough. It postpones it, And I the only way you can really have, I think, the grit behind pushing your business and pushing your podcast and really getting people to pay you a certain amount is really to go through rejection. Okay, another story, a little bit more about what happened with me. My first year in business, and I call it official because I wrote my book, made like $100 off of my book. Friends and family bought it. Nobody knew me. I just wrote the book because I had gone through my depression, right? So I didn't really consider that as like this huge business. It was just like almost like a passion thing. So I wrote the book, started this community that you guys are a part of. But when my business started is when I started landing coaching clients. Okay, and these coaching clients would buy like $3,000 coaching programs from me for like 90 days, 6 months, whatever it was that I was offering. But I didn't get to that point right away. I didn't get to the point of selling these $6,000. Right now, I have a client that's paying me $15,000 to work with her over the course of the year. And I love my clients. I love my one-on-one coaching clients. I don't only do podcast coaching. I am a business coach. So I help her with her business. I help my clients with their businesses. Okay. I didn't get to this point the first go around. I got to this point when I first had my first sale. And my first sale was $75 to do an ad roll once in my podcast. And it took me no's. I got a bunch of no's. Finally, someone said yes. And I was like, what? And I've never sold anything, never sent anyone my PayPal link ever. The only way I knew how to make money was work a corporate job. So the fact that someone who I never met across the country, I don't even know where they lived, but they were like, sure, this sounds amazing. How do I do this? How do you accept payment? And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna, this is it. This is what's gonna change my life. And so I figured out how to sell this dang PayPal link because I didn't know how to do it before. I've had a PayPal account though, just somehow I did through buying stuff online. I figured out how to convert that into a business account, got a PayPal link, sent it to the person, then ding, I got $75 just to do this ad. And that thrill of being able to receive monetization, right? That initial first time, I still remember that day because I was looking at my calendar and I have this calendar that I work off of. I still have it's like a weekly planner and it was in a spiral notebook. It's gray. And I wrote down all the people I reached out to. I wrote down all the people that said no to me. And I wrote down the biggest yes over this person who I'd reached out to and how much money they sent me. And it was my first yes. Yes, Maria, we will work with you. We love the idea. How do we send the payment? It was the biggest yes that I wrote on a piece of paper on this running list of no's. And why is this important? This is important because it shows that you have to go through the no's. Number one, not to go through the no's, just fucking go through the no's. Okay. And I dropped some F-bombs because I'm so passionate about this, you guys. And this is, I think, what is lacking in a lot of entrepreneurs is that they don't realize that going through the no's is actually a builder of confidence, right? Like, it's like it really builds your grit. It reinforces your belief in your passion, your purpose, who you are, why you're doing this thing. Why is it so important to help people with trauma? Why is it so important to help rape victims? Why is it so important to talk about X, Y, and Z? Why? And that's why they say, what's your why? Whenever I got the no, I had to remember my why to the point where my heart had to really like engulf it, right? Like really like, Maria, why is this important? Like, who gives a flying F if women don't make money or women don't pursue their passion? Because that's what I was pushing for, was helping people, helping moms, people like me who kind of went through depression, felt like low of themselves, to get out of it and actually do the thing they love, right? Why is that important to me? So all the no's I got, I turned that into gasoline, into my vehicle of going for the yeses. Every no I got, I'm closer to a yes. Every no I got, I'm closer to a yes. Every no I got, it went into it was fuel for my tank to keep going. So I want you guys to really think about that. How do you take the no's? Is it hard for you? Is it a sucker punch to your gut? Does it make you want to quit? Or is it something that, and if it does make you want to quit, I hope this can change your perspective in the no's. And I hope this can really help you move forward in, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just send it in the later slides. I'm going to show you how to do outreach. Let me send this to 1 million people and let's just see who says fucking yes. The worst thing is that you send a whole bunch of emails, you get a bunch of no's, and then you get that first yes, right? And then once you get that first yes, you guys gotta email me. Maria, I did the thing you told me to do, and I got my first fucking yes. And I need you guys to do that, okay? Because when you feel that feeling of, yes, send me your link to send you payment, there is like this feeling of like release of like, this is why I do this shit. And I want to be there with you when you celebrate. Okay. I know I get so passionate when I talk about that. All right. So let's move forward. Okay. So let's dive in. We're going to go into the 4 steps to prepare your podcast to be monetized. My mouse is like going at a rapid speed. Okay. Prepare your podcast. So preparation on your podcast is super important. I've said this in my emails. I know you guys know I email so much. I know you guys know that. Yeah, I know you guys know. You're like, Maria, another fucking email from Maria. Got it, Maria, got it. But I love emailing. Emailing is one of the best things I do. I get in touch with you guys on a daily basis. I also hear feedback. I hear what's happening with you guys. I really enjoy emailing. But I've written this in emails. Preparing your podcast is really important because it's positioning of your podcast. The position of your podcast really sets you apart from other people. So make sure your positioning is on point. So number 1 is your thumbnail. So your thumbnail, you guys, has to be clear. Okay, your thumbnail. I saw this person. Oh my goodness. I see so many thumbnails. I need you guys. Okay, let me just bullet point it for you guys. Thumbnail needs to have the title very clear. Okay, it has to have a photo of you, a professional photo, clear, and not of your body. Do like a headshot because a thumbnail is small. Okay, so you have to think, okay, what will they see? They'll see your face, they'll see the title, and then whatever photo that is associated with the actual episode. And make sure that it's catchy, but not so busy. Okay, like make sure it is it's nice to the eye. You can read it easily. It's visible. Okay, make sure that if you don't do this today, make sure you do it before the end of the week. Make sure, please make sure. The second part is description. So the description is really simple. Professionalism, right? You got to make sure the way you are describing your episode is professional. Let me just read this. Professionalism comes with how your podcast episodes start and ends with. Be sure to have proper intros and outros. Okay, so each episode must have an intro and outro, right? So I'll give you mine. Welcome to Talks with Maria. So I say my podcast title. In episode 223, we are talking about X, Y, and Z. Let's jump in, or let's dive in, or let's begin, period. And then I'll go into the actual episode. You could do, I was doing this for a while. Check out my Confident Businesswomen's Academy program where I teach you how to make money doing what you love online. It's like a cute little short thing. And then it goes into the episode. Okay. Make sure you have that. And then your podcast episode. So the actual podcast episode should be clear and it states what you guys are talking about. And then you also want to have some sort of call to action. So my call to action is always my email with like a little emoji mailbox, like info@talkswithmaria.com, just so that if someone wants to respond, someone wants to say something or work with me, they have that content or that piece of information available. Okay, guys, so prepare your podcast, make sure the positioning is good, and make sure it just looks good. You know, make sure it's presentable and it's a serious podcast. All righty. Also, when you title your episodes, you have to be consistent with it. So for example, my episodes always starts with the episode number. Okay. So if it's the episode number is 213, it's 213 semicolon the title, right? Or if you want to just do the title, do the title. I like to do the episode number just because it keeps it all organized. And then it also, it tells the person which episode number it is, you know, which one's older, which one's newer. So it's a little bit more clear and concise and visually better looking. All right, next. God, this mouse is like on rapid fire. Okay. Prepare your podcast thumbnail. Oh, I already went through these, didn't I? We'll just go through them right now, though. Picture should be clear. Yeah, we already went that. Thumbnail should include a clear title. That's exactly what I just went over. Okay, we don't need to explain that. Description. Okay, so the description we already went over. Make sure you add the information on your podcast. Like, for example, my podcast goes over for women. It's a podcast for women who want to start their side hustle and want to make money online, right? It should always have a call to action. My call to action is my email address. You could do a freebie if you have a freebie already available where you don't have to work, like put it together, put it on there, put the link to the freebie. Share your social media or links for our audience to follow you. You could do that as well. You could put all your social medias and also all your email addresses and ways to contact you. That's pretty important. Intros and outros. We talked about intros and outros. So intro again, you know, hey guys, welcome back to Talks with Maria. In episode 213, we're talking about X, Y, and Z. Another part of that would be, hey, check out Confident Business Women's Academy, where I teach you how to make money doing what you love online. Let's begin, right? And then it cuts to the actual episode. Outro is, thank you for listening to this amazing episode. If you would like to collaborate, please email me at info@talkswithmaria.com. That's my outro, and that has been my outro from day one. Create an outro for you guys. You could do something similar. I think it's a cool outro. I can't really think of any other types of outros besides, you know, thanking them to listen, but also like, what do they do next? You know, listen to the next episode, whatever. Okay. Podcast episodes. Okay, so podcast episodes should be upwards of 30 episodes or more before monetization. I do say 30 because I do think there is a status that people will ghost their podcast after 7 episodes. Like once you hit the 7th episode mark, you're kind of like, all right, you're going to stick around. There's a lot of people who ghost their podcasts and not do anymore once they hit like their 6th episode, because they go through this thing where it's like, this isn't working for me. I don't even know who's listening. What's the point of this? I'm just wasting my time. So I want you guys to start thinking about how many episodes you have now. I want you to think about how can I create 30? Okay, you can do 30 in the next 10 days, like three episodes a day. Commit to it if you don't have 30 yet. I know that can be a lot, but it's only 10 days of doing 3 episodes. Is it 3? Hold on. 30 minutes, right? And I'm saying 30 minutes because I think that's a really general 30 minutes to an hour, I think, is a really great time frame. Anything more than an hour can become really overwhelming for people and they won't finish the episode. Sometimes I think like people who listen to it while they're working well, but people who listen to it while they're driving may not. So it really depends on your listener. I say 30 minutes is a great time frame. And then let's say if you need to record, let's see, 333. Guys, do the math. I don't even know the math, but just if you need to do 30 episodes, right? Let's say you already have 10, you just have to do 20. You could record 2 a day for the next 10 days, 30 episodes, just 30 episodes. You could do it. You could totally do it. If you want to monetize, you could totally do it. Make sure your podcast episodes should cover the same niche or subject. I do think that will keep it more easier for you, more easier, okay? It will make it easier for you when you go and find companies and organizations to go and work with and partner with when you have a streamlined type of niche. When you jump from niche to niche, like let's say you want to talk about finance, then you want to talk about true crime, right? You want to talk about, I don't know, spirituality. Then it becomes a little hard for you to monetize. Okay, because then the person who you're trying to sell your stuff to, they're going to be like, well, your audience kind of is like all over the place. You know, I don't know if it's a really good partnership. Now, let's say you are completely spiritual. You talk about spirituality, you talk about abundance, you talk about manifesting money, right? You could go, there's this company I have that email me every day too, just like how I email you guys every day. It's called Mindful something. It's like a spiritual, they email me every day. Now that I'm referencing it, I don't see their email in my inbox. But it's like a mindful, it's a gift box of spiritual things like sound bowl or crystals or oh my God, I'm blanking. Candles, like all these really cute spiritual things. They create bundle box for you, right? I get an email from them every day. Since I'm spiritual, I think they would be a great organization for me to reach out to. Like, hey, would you like to do ad rolls in my podcast, on my podcast? And I could sponsor, you guys could sponsor an ad on my show for a fee, right? Because I am spiritual, I'm a business coach, but I'm very spiritual as well. That is a good match. Now, if you are jumping from niche to niche, it'll be hard for you to find good matches because you're not choosing just one niche. Now, if it's a lifestyle niche, then you could do like a per episode kind of ad roll. So let's say on Mondays you talk about money, right? It's only money. Then you could reach out to, I'm not sure what a money organization would be. Let's just say PayPal is cool enough to take you on. You could do PayPal, right? Or you could do Stripe, like a money thing, like a money organization. Guys, email me, let me know what kind of money organizations could you do if you did a Monday money episode. Or let's say Wednesday, I don't even know, Wednesday witchcraft episode. And that could be, you know, that bundle that I was talking about, that spiritual bundle company that's always in my inbox called Mindful. Okay, so you guys get the point. It's better to do niche down podcasts. Podcast episodes should be consistent. I do think that you need to be consistent in publishing because I do believe that your audience will see that you're consistent and will continue to listen to you. So be consistent, make sure you take it seriously, and it's something that you really put forth in being dependable for your audience because it really shows dependability, right? Okay. You have now prepared your podcast. Okay, so we did all of these. We did your thumbnail, we did your description. You know about your intros and outros. You know how to do your podcast episodes. So the next part will be podcast offer and pricing. Okay, so I am going to cut to the video of in the actual training. I did a the actual breakdown of pricing. Okay, so go ahead and watch that. It's on a whiteboard, and I literally spell out for you what you could offer. Okay, so now let's dive into your create your podcast offer. All right, so your offer could be a series of things. It could be an offer. So what an offer is, just in case you guys don't know, an offer is something you're going to offer as a package deal or a one-off thing to an organization. So let's use the Mindful box. I think it's what it's called, Mindful Bundle Box, which is what it is. What did I say it was? It is a spiritual company that offers crystals and candles and what is it? Oh my God. What's the thing you burn? It's like I can't believe I'm spacing and I see it. It's Palo Santo, right? And saging. There you go. You do sages. You can buy a bundle of it. It comes in a box. Really cool. I go to them and I make an offer. The offer could be, all right, so I would like to offer, I would like to offer, I just had the word. I would like to offer, why am I blanking on the word? I'm so mad that I'm blanking on the word. I can't even think of the word. Okay, I'm just going to talk through this and the word's going to pop up. I know it. So what you could do with that company is, let's say you have a spiritual podcast. You're going to offer them different types of ways to market and advertise their product, right? Their product right now is a box filled with different types of crystals, and it's like different kinds of like box options, right? And you could do an ad roll. An ad roll is a 1 to 2 minute commercial, and it takes place in the middle of the show. So you could cut to the podcast, cut to the actual advertisement, and then it goes into the actual 1 to 2 minute commercial. I'm sure you guys have heard this. If you guys are podcasters, I'm sure you've consumed podcasts, so you know what I'm talking about when I say this. Another thing is, let's say you have a really large social media following, you could showcase their product on your timeline and say this post is a sponsored post by X, Y, and Z company. And then that could be a fee as well. Let's say you have a large email list, you could actually start promoting your or their product to your email list. Like, for example, you could just write a regular email, whatever the email is, and then at the bottom, it'll have a photo of the actual item. And then it's a clickable photo, which means it'll go to their link, and whoever's interested can either buy or subscribe or whatever it is. But it's a sponsored email list. Somebody had paid to be in that list. Okay. Another one is social media. Another thing for social media is, if let's say you have a community, a Facebook community, you could sell banners, like give me a banner, I'll put it at the top of the timeline for a week. Therefore, anyone who joins the community or frequents the community will see this banner and they'll click on it. That is also a really great opportunity for people too. And then you could do a demonstration type of episode. So I think for this specific thing where we talk about that mindful bundle box, right? That demonstration thing for me to do would be really great because I have an audience of spiritual entrepreneurs. So they could pay for that. That one would probably cost a little bit more just because you're actually talking about the product directly. It's a direct sale, direct demonstration. Okay. All right. So determine your offer package. After reviewing the types of items to add in your product offer, out of the 4 items, which do you want to include into your package? So you guys have to decide, which do you want to do? Would you rather do ad rolls? Would you rather do social media, email lists, or product demonstration? You have to decide whether, what is the capacity at which you can do these things. What is the audience size for each of these platforms, right? Email list, social media. Think about the impact it will make on the person who's going to buy from you. And then also from the people in your audience. Will they enjoy it? Will they like it? Will they be like, what the fuck are you sending me this for? I don't want this. You have to make sure that the product you're selling or offering to your list or your community is aligned with what they want. All right. Okay, so decide, make a decision, and let's run through the pricing of services. Oops, pricing of services is actually the video of the video right after this. It's a whiteboard with all the pricing, so make sure you go into that. Know your stats. Okay, so make sure you know your stats. Determine how many people on your podcast listen to your show per episode and per month. This is information organizations will want to know. So you can actually see this at the top of your platform you are publishing your episodes. For me, mine is at anchor.fm, so I can see all the people who listen to my show through that home page on anchor.fm. It also breaks down what country they're in, the duration they listen to, which episodes have the highest listens, and then the overall monthly listens. Social media, know your stats, followers, and engagement. For your social media platform, you will propose to the organization for the marketing campaign. Email list, know your stats for your email list, amount of subscribers, email opens, and click-through rates, as this is the information you'll want ready for your prospects to have. Demonstration, like ad rolls, we will want to know how many people consume your episodes for product demonstrations to be effective in marketing efforts. So just knowing your stats is really important. It does also allow you to be organized. It shows that you are on top of your game and that you're a really good business person. When people don't know their stats, I immediately know you don't really know what's happening. You don't know your shit. You don't know what's happening, And that to me tells me we got to work on that, because at any given moment, I know how many people have read my emails. I know how many people are listening to my show. I know how many people are in my community. I know how many people I've banned. Like, I know all these things because I'm on top of it. I am on top of my shit. And I want you guys to be on top of your shit, because it shows that, if they're on top of their shit, these organizations, if they're on top of their shit, they only work with people who are on top of their shit, right? It's like you attract who you are, in a sense, and your energy really comes off. If you know your stuff, if you know how to run your business, it really shows. If you don't know how to run your business, that's okay too. We all start from somewhere, but now you get to know, like, all right, well, what is the deal with my podcast? How many people do I have? What are the people that, do I even have a list, an email list? If you don't have an email list, guys, you guys should start one. And you can collect emails via your podcast. For example, anytime I say something that's like a question within my episode, I'll say, guys, just email me, let me know what your questions are, info@talkswithmaria.com. Or let's say I don't know something that I'm trying to refer to, right? Like, oh, what's that one book again? I forget, it's blah, 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 blah. If you guys know it, can you guys email me, info@talkswithmaria.com. This is a good way for people to engage with you outside of your podcast, and then that's how you grow your email list. All right. Know your stats. Okay, so this sheet, make sure you either write it down in a notebook, print it out, but you need to have this completed, because I don't want you guys going out and making offers and not knowing your shit. I kind of went over that already, okay? Okay, let's see. You've completed this ad roll, social media, email list, demonstration. You now have a better understanding of your podcast and social media stats, better arming you when you approach organizations and small boutique companies. Okie dokie. Outreach to prospects. All right, so this is the part where I want you guys to grow some really huge kahunas. Okay, if you guys don't know what kahunas are, kahunas, they're balls in Hawaiian. I'm actually from Hawaii, guys. I am Filipino American, born and raised in Hawaii, and then I moved to Las Vegas. But I do not know if it's kahunas or kahunas. So see, like info@talkswithmaria.com. Let me know which one is it. Okay, so outreach to prospect. Outreach is all about talking to as many people about what you can do to help them with growing leads and sales through your podcast and social media audience. You will be surprised, you guys, how many people want to be in front of more people and they want to take the route the easy way. And what does that mean? That means they just want to throw money at the problem. Why don't they throw the money at you, right? I am not joking, and I'm so serious. People don't want to do the hard work to get in front of their own leads. They want to be given the leads to market to. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to go knock at their door, figuratively. You're going to be like, hey, Mindful Bundle Box company, I would love to do advertising for your company. I have a podcast of spiritual entrepreneurs who absolutely love the things you sell. I think it would be a really great partnership opportunity to get in front of my audience and sell your products. And I think it would be a perfect match. If you're interested, reply to me, let me know, and I can put something together. I can put a proposal together. Send that to as many people as you can and see what kind of responses you'll get. You'll get people that say, wow, thank you so much for reaching out. I'd love to learn more. Kid you not, you guys. Kid you not. Kid you guys not. Okay, so I don't want to hear this. Hey, Maria, this is too general of a training. No, it's not. This is what will get you your sales. You just have to implement it. Don't email me, no, like, hey, this is too general. Hey, this is not what I was looking for. No, this is an opportunity for you to grow sales. Sales kahunas, sales balls. Okay, we're going to do it together. You're not alone. I'm here to walk you through it. And I'm the best person to teach you because I am fucking good at sales. And the only reason why I'm good at it is because I slayed my own demons around sales. And you don't want to learn sales through someone who's faking it and trying to, say, oh, yeah, all you got to do is make these offers and never did it themselves. You want to learn from someone who really went through the ringer. I forgot to tell you guys, the first year was that after I went into getting my first advertisement, I started selling my coaching program. And I would do DMs, cold DMs in Instagram. And I would DM like a maniac. I'd be like, hey, this is what I offer. Let me know if you want to jump on a free strategy call. And kid you not, I don't remember my numbers, but I can't believe I don't remember my numbers. I'm so mad. I think it was like 100 books calls 1 year. I had 100 book Calendly link calls. People went through my Calendly link book calls with me, strategy sessions, and I closed 20 of them. That was the first year I had a taste of sales. Like, damn, I am fucking good. This is my first year of literally talking to people who are cold leads. I found them myself, made them an offer, and 20% of them said yes. 20% of them said yes. And I want you guys to know, the moment you know how to sell anything, you will feel like, damn, I don't need to work for another soul. Let's say you do work, you do need to, just because you want to do a match on 401k, like you want them to match your shit. And it's a good opportunity, right? And you could still do your side hustle. You still have so much power selling your own shit, and it feels good. It feels good to put something together and sell it, and it's yours, and the profit is all you. You know what I mean? Once you slay that sales demon, you are going to be unstoppable. Okay, let's dive in. Outreach to prospects or research. Make a list of people, organizations, small boutique companies, product providers, or service providers that you think may need more marketing exposure to sell more of their items. Suggestions: go with the organizations that has an audience that align with your services. Service providers for females reach to female products such as jewelry, clothing companies. Obviously, right? Female to female users, makeup, right? Feminine hygiene, spiritual stuff. Females love spiritual stuff. Not that males don't, but females do. They love it. I've never met a male spiritual person, guys. You please change my mind. If there's any male listeners here, please just change my mind about that. I would love that. My husband's not even spiritual. He thinks I'm like traveling to the moon and the stars anytime I meditate. It's like, whatever. I love you. Okay, make your list. So make your list. Make sure you have three. You have three types. You have your maybe list. You have your for sure list. No. You have your for sure list on the under the perfect fits, and then you have like, we could work with the potential list. Okay, make sure you guys come up with a list. I don't want you guys to not come up with a list. Come up with a list of people. Brainstorm. Look at your ads that are on your social media. Watch TV. See who you could reach out to. Go on Instagram and search. Go on Facebook and search. Go on TikTok and search. Go on YouTube and search. There's so many avenues. You could sit right in one space for an hour and fill this out. Easy peasy. Maybe even 30 minutes. Okay. You've completed this section. Research, maybe list, potential list, perfect fit. So this is pretty simple. Just make sure you do your research on outreach, guys. All right, cool. Last part is making your offers. So making your offers is all about sales, learning how to talk to organizations about who you are and what your company is all about. Prepare what to say. You can communicate via DMs on social media platform. I suggest to create a pre-written template that you will copy and paste within each DM. Now, I do recommend also to send an email. Okay, email is great as well. You could do a DM and then you could also follow up with an email. Hey, I'm just following up on my DM I sent your Instagram. I wanted to X, Y, and Z. This is what I do. This is my audience. Let me know if you're interested. Okay. And you're always going to do a two-part strategy. Remember what I said. You're going to do the first part. I love your company. I'm reaching out to see if you're interested in doing some work together to get products and services in front of more people. Please let me know if you're interested. Okay, you could say more people, or you could say my audience. I think that is more powerful instead of more people. So instead of more people, say in front of my audience. Now, let's say they say, hey, great, love this. I love this opportunity. What were you thinking? And then the second part is this DM number 2. Okay, and tweak it according to what you are offering. Tweak it. And then you want to make it super cool, short, sweet, nothing lengthy. It can't be long. It's a turnoff to receive long things from a stranger. So make it short, sweet, concise. So do these on repeat. I would send out, like, if you could do 30 DMs a day, I would do it. I'm serious about this, guys. If you guys really want to make money with this, you can do it. I was doing like 100 a day. And then I noticed they don't like you doing that. So I had to scale it back. And this is like the first year of my business when I was literally growing my business and I had no clients. I had 0 clients. Now my clients give me clients. They continue to give me referrals. I don't do a lot of that anymore just because I've built it up to where I have my community, I have referrals. Everything kind of is like a system for me. But in the beginning, definitely do something where you kind of like, you do a ton of DMs, you do a ton of outreach, you do a ton of emails, really hustle. Okay, this is really what shows your hustle. I am not trying to spoon feed you money. Like, that's just not how it works. You have to hustle. You have to learn sales. You have to slay the sales demons, right? The fear of rejection. What if they say no? What if I look stupid? What if I look desperate? What if I don't look like I'm an authority because I'm DMing them? All these things that come up in our heads that they could be thinking that, but who gives a fuck, right? Like, who cares? I remember someone emailed me about help, assistant, like VA stuff. Someone emailed me. I liked how she emailed me so much that I responded and said, I would love to work with you. All of one sale or one email. She emailed me one time. And that is how powerful emails are, how powerful DMs are. You'll get some no's, definitely. But once you get that yes, was it worth getting those no's? Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay, you guys, I want you guys to look at these no's more as fuel to your passion, fuel to move you forward, fuel to your vision. Okay. Deploy your offers and see who responds back. Yes, I am in, right? Okay, so setting up your payment terminals, here's some things. PayPal, I love PayPal. PayPal is my definite go-to. Venmo is okay, Zelle is okay. I have started using Stripe. Stripe is fine as well. But I do think out of all of these, PayPal is the best one. It's the easiest one. And it really updates you on everything. And I just like PayPal. So I would go with PayPal. Whatever you guys want to use, though, I'm sure by now you have a terminal you use, even on a personal basis. So go with the one you currently use and just turn that into your business account. If you can't turn it into a business account because you don't actually have like corporation documents yet or a business bank account, that's fine. Just make sure once you start making, $1,000 or more, you will need to look into getting incorporated. Okay, so you can make money with your podcast. It is all about positioning and how you approach people to make your offers. Don't give up. You can do it. And I mean that with all of my heart, you guys. I didn't put this thing together just for shits and giggles. I put this together because this is what really started my business for me. Okay, making that first $75 sale from someone who was like, yeah, sure. Now I am closing larger coaching offers and making my own money. And it's a really inspiring feeling to be able to do things, create something, and then sell it. It really does feel different. It feels like you're on purpose. It feels like you're aligned with like the energy of creation and the God part of yourself, the powerful part of yourself, the self of you that you really want to have everyone else see and believe in. You know what I mean? And I really want you guys to look at this from the standpoint of I can fucking do it the way she can. Like guys, I've been in coaching for a long time, but never did I learn sales the way I did in my own business, because it's different when you do sales for other companies. You almost kind of hide behind that company, right? But when you're in your own sales and you're doing your own stuff, you almost transform into another kind of person. It's almost like that version of you you've always wanted to be comes out. Okay. And I want that to be that for you. And I want that experience to be that for you. And I want you guys to tell me what you guys think, how you guys think about all of this. Email me again, info@talkswithmaria.com. And then tell me your wins, tell me your struggles. I want to be here. I want to share with you guys, the same wins I've had. I want to be able to also walk you guys through the sales demons, the things that kind of hold you back, the fears, the anxiety around it. I want you guys to know that I'm here, even though you guys gotten this one training and then plus the bonuses, love the bonuses, but I want you guys to come to me because I know that that's going to happen. It's going to come up for you. Okay. It will, but it's okay, because on the other side of that is a stronger, smarter, wiser, wittier, just more successful version of yourself that you've always wanted to become. Okay, guys. All right. Thank you so much for listening to this. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys again in the next trainings.